So, number one, you will see a question like this on your quiz. What quiz, Mr. H? The quiz that you will have next Tuesday. It will be sections 1.1 through 1.4 from your book. What do you mean, Mr. H? Well, if you look at your book, right now we're in section 1.3. It's actually only 1.1 yet. We're going 1.1 through 1.4. When do we do 1.4? Tomorrow. That's Thursday. Actually, we're doing 1.3 again tomorrow. Then Friday, 1.4. Then we're reviewing on Monday. And then we're going to have a quiz on Tuesday. So for some of you, maybe next Monday and Tuesday, you should be coming in for lunch. Right? Maybe you should come in before school. Maybe you should come in after school. I want to help you. Okay? Today is day 2. But I'm not saying that you're going to see a question like this. I'm not saying that. No, 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 no. I would never tell you what type of questions are going to be on the quiz. I would never put stars next to questions that are probably going to be on the quiz, or how to make sure that we know how to do them. So, I have told you, with fractions, we know that something in the parenthesis next to something in a parenthesis means multiplication. So I'm taking my calculator and I'm multiplying all of these top numbers. What do we call the top numbers? Somebody else? What do we call the top numbers? I already listened to you. Holly, what are the top numbers called in a fraction? Starts with an N. Numerators. Okay. So I'm going to borrow a calculator and come back here because I like to pick calculators. I know how to use it. So everybody, let's get it. So we are doing negative. Now, wait a minute, Mr. H. Come on, you silly goose. 2 negatives is an even number of negatives. Is my answer going to be positive or negative? Positive. Even negatives, positive answer. So I'm forgetting about the negatives because I know my answer is going to be positive. So here we go. We are going to do 6 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 1. That gives me 12. Can somebody now start working? I want everybody to get your calculator. Everybody's going to do this. Whether you've already done it or not. Everybody get your calculator. Do 14 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 18. Everybody should be doing it right now. 25, 20? Beautiful. 2,520. Do you think that's my answer? No. So everybody right now, you two weren't here, so I'm going to come over to you. In my calculator, I am going to do 12 divided by 2,520, and it changes it to a decimal. Okay? To find the simplified fraction, y'all two, you're going to press second PRB. See how it has an F and D above it? You press equals, and all of a sudden it gives me 1/210. And it gives me 1/210th. Is there anyone who does not know how to simplify that fraction in their calculator?
Yeah.
You don't? Are you going to get it? Okay. So everybody right now, do this again for me. So 12 divided by 2,520. Everybody press enter. Okay? If you know how to change it to a fraction, great. If not, I'm going to come around and show you. You see this FD?
Yeah.
You press second. It goes fraction decimal. 1/210. Okay? Oops.
No,
you did not. That's all right. Yours is second table. So see, you're looking for the FD. Enter. You're good. This is yours. Oh, you got it. Nice. Did you get it, Holly? Excellent. Okay. That's important. Now you will always know how to simplify a fraction. Questions? Let's learn how to use those tools. Those tools are important. This one. This is the product property. So if you look at your notes from yesterday, this is called the product property. What does product mean? It's not in your notes. What does the word product stand for in math? The answer to a what kind of question?
Mathematical question?
You were right with the M. It's not mathematical to a what?
Multiplication.
Yeah, product means the answer to a multiplication question. Product property is multiplication. So, when we are multiplying like bases, what are my like bases here? What letter?
3 and 4.
Nope, those are exponents.
What? Oh.
X's are my bases. The X is a base, the X is a base, the X is a base. Which means we keep the base. What do we do with the exponents? Who remembers? What does it say yesterday? What do you think?
Oh, never mind.
We did this yesterday. What's the product property? We keep the base and we
We
not multiply,
what?
add the exponents. So that gives me x to the 15 plus 4 is 19. Okay? When you're multiplying like bases, we keep the base, we add the exponents. When multiplying like bases, the bases are x, x, x. Even though it has the exponents of 3, 12, and 4, the bases haven't changed. You keep the base, you add the exponents. And we'll do this again, don't worry. This is called the power property. This is x to the 9th raised to the 5th. It has a power to a power. When we have the power property, we take this power that's out here and we multiply it to every what? Do we multiply it to the x? Shake your heads no. We multiply it to the exponent. So we keep the base. Use your calculator, do 5 times 9. 45. And that gives me x to the 45th. Okay, now, there's a reason why we're spending 3 days on this section. Okay, we're going slow. We're going to review all of this again, but you're going to want to make sure that you have this. Everybody with me? Have your homework out, please. We did page, and it got changed from last night. Page 21, we did 2 through 5, 7, and that was it. 2 through 5 and 7. Is that right? Good. Okay. Okay. No. Okay. So, because you guys were gone for a activity, you need to make sure that you do that.
Wait, what were the problems?
2 through 5 and 7 on page 21. Okay. Okay, here we go. So when we look at these, 2, 3, and 4, I wanted you to match them up, okay? So if you have your book, get your book out to page 21 so that you can see what the questions are asking. Did you forget your book again?
Well, no, it's just been up there.
Huh?
My book's been up there.
Then what happened to the book? Oh, it's right. Please stop leaving it there.
What?
Don't leave it there anymore.
I didn't.
Okay. You didn't leave it there? Did I leave it there?
No, she shouldn't need to.
Oh, I thought you said you didn't leave it there. I was like, I was confused. Did I leave it there? I mean, I was tired yesterday. I didn't remember. Okay, so we're on page 21. 2, 3, and 4 wanted us to match them. It didn't ask us to do anything besides match them to what it was. In number 2, it says 3 to the 7th divided by 3 to the 4th. When we see division, that's the word quotient. So number 2 is letter C, the quotient property. Number 3, we have 3 to the 7th raised to the 3rd power. Very similar to this. That is the power property, which is letter A. Number 4, 3 to the 7th times 3 to the 3rd equals 3 to the 10th. We're multiplying like bases, and then we add the exponents. That's the product property. So for 2, 3, and 4, you should have C, A, B. Questions on 2, 3, and 4. Number 5, you have 4 to the 3rd. It says evaluate. In your calculator, we're going to all do 4 to the 3rd. Get your calculator. All of us have this button. We're going to press 4. On the left-hand side, you have a caret. The caret is an upside-down V. Press that upside-down V. Press 3. Press enter. And it should give you 64. That's how we do 4 to the 3rd. 4, upside down V, 3, enter. Is there anyone who's having trouble with their calculator getting that? Then we did 7. Okay, now, this is where it's tricky. Notice with 7, there's parentheses. Look above your 8 and 9 buttons. Do you have parentheses on your calculator? If it's parentheses there, put it in parentheses here. So I have parenthesis, negative, what is it, 5?
Wait, what problem is
Number 7. Hold on. Yep. Negative 5, parenthesis, caret 3. So right now, don't press enter. This is what you should be seeing in your calculator. Okay, this is what you should be seeing in your calculator. If you don't see this, we've done something wrong. Okay? No, you have to put it, if it's in parentheses in the book, put it in parentheses. So you should be seeing, can we see that? I don't know. You should be seeing something like this. Press enter. What do we get?
Negative 125.
Very good. Negative 125. This is a tool. If you know how to use the tool, this class can be real easy. Okay? Any questions? Okay. Go ahead and get out a clean piece of paper to do some notes. I'm going to erase this. Does everybody have all this? Yes? No? Maybe so? Okay. So we're going to review from yesterday, and then we're going to add on 2 more rules. Okay. Exponents day 4, 9, 4, 24. You have a quiz on 9, 10. You have a quiz on Tuesday of next week. This will be a portion of it. Okay? Again, I'm not saying, hey, Mr. H, do you already have the quiz made? Yes, I do. Hey, can I come in and get some help? Yes, you can. And I'll probably help you with questions very similar to what's on the quiz. So here's rule number 1. Can I see that? Yeah. Everything has an exponent. Those of you who were here yesterday, this isn't new. Okay, we did this yesterday. Everything has an exponent. What do you mean? The base is 7. What's its exponent? If there's not an exponent, what number does it have to be? What, Holly?
1.
1. So this is really 7 to the first power. Okay, we're going to do one a little bit trickier. Let's say I've got 5x to the third. There are 2 bases there. What are the 2 bases? 5 and x. Those are the bases. X has an exponent. What is it? 3. So what's missing?
5's exponent.
5's exponent. So it is 5 to the what power? First power. X stays to the third power. Everything has an exponent. Everybody with me? Rule 2 was the product property. If you were not here yesterday, I would suggest you watching the video. Okay? The product property says if we have like bases and we are multiplying, we keep the base. So my base is right now, look, we have x to the 7th times x to the 12th. Do we have 2 x's?
Yes. Yeah.
This one and this one. The bases are the same. X stays. We add the exponents. 7 plus 12. That gives me x to the 19th. You can do the same thing with a number. 7 to the 5th times 7 to the 3rd. If it says keep it in exponential form, this is exponential form. Okay? We keep the base. The base is 7. Riley, what 2 numbers are we going to add?
5 and 3.
5 and 3. So we had 5 plus 3. That equals 7 to the 8th. Okay, that's called exponential form. If I ask you to evaluate it, then you'd put 7 to the 8th power in your calculator and get this gigantic number, which we're not going to do. Everybody still with me? Have I lost anybody? Do we have this written down? Even if you were here yesterday, you should be copying this down. Repetition helps. Okay, then we have, what are we doing, Ms. Rach? I don't know. We have the quotient rule. Okay, this one's a little bit trickier. Okay, and we're going to do this a couple times. We have x to the 6th divided by x to the 4th. I have never seen a book write it like this. This is the first book that I've ever seen do it. I, Mr. Hands of Bacillus, who has been teaching for 18 years, hate everything about this. This is not how we see exponents. So I want you to rewrite it. Okay? What do you mean, Mr. H? Well, everything's a fraction. X to the 6th divided by x to the 4th. Everybody with me? Okay. We keep the base. Where's the bigger base? In the top or the bottom? In the numerator or denominator? Yeah, 6 is bigger than 4. So we keep the base and we subtract. But if there's nothing in the bottom, what number do you think we should put?
1.
A 1. So really, this is x to the 2nd divided by 1, which is just x to the 2nd. Okay? Can we do another one? I think we should, right? Let's go. 7 to the 5th divided by 7 to the 12th. Here's what I want you to do first. Before I help you, I want you to rewrite this as a fraction. So do that on your own. Rewrite it as a fraction. Okay, so when we rewrite it, no calculator work needed. We come here. What is going to go in the numerator? What goes in the numerator?
7 is that 7?
7 to the 5th divided by 7 to the 12th. Okay. Hey, Mr. H, I'm confused because before the larger number was in the top, in the numerator. Where's the larger 7? Denominator, because 12 is bigger. So I keep the base where that's bigger, 12 minus 5. And I just do, look, I'm taking the big number minus the small number. 12 minus 5. But Mr. H, you got nothing in the numerator. What should go there? A 1. So now I have 1 divided by 7 to the 12 minus 5 is, do it, what's 7? Still with me? Okay. Quotient, we subtract. Product, we add. Hey, Mr. H, those are inverses, right? Yes, they are. Multiplication, we add. Division, we subtract. Inverse properties. Fourth one is the power property. 3 to the 5th, all raised to the 7th. It's a power raised to another power. It's a power raised to another power. So I take this 7 and I'm multiplying it to which number?
5.
Very good, Riley. We multiply it to the 5 only. We keep the base. Notice there's a trend here. We're keeping the base. 7 multiplied by 5 is 35. That's it. Everybody with me? Okay. This is a new rule for everybody. Any non-zero number So what are non-zero numbers? Anything that's not 0. So as long as the number is not 0, that's what that's saying. Any non-zero number to the power of 0 simplifies to 1. I'll give you a second to write that down. Any non-zero number that has a power of 0 simplifies to the number 1. Mr. H, what do you mean? Okay, you ready? Watch this. 7 to the 0 power. Is 7 a non-zero number?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 7. So immediately, what's 7 to the 0 power?
1.
That's it. What if we have x to the 0 power? If you see a variable to the 0 power, it's going to be 1. Anything to the 0 power is the number 1. Okay, we ready for our last rule? Have I gone too fast? I feel like, hey, we've done all these. This is pretty easy, right? You see a 0 power, it's 1. Anytime you see the 0 power, it's 1. We good? Negative exponents. Flip them. And make them positive. Mr. H, that doesn't sound like math at all. Hey, guess what? You're correct. I'm going to show you what I mean, though. Fair enough? I'll give you a minute. Ugh. Can I tell you the honest to goodness truth, y'all? I'm trying really hard. I have a really raging headache, but hopefully you guys are like, oh man, he's acting like I just want to kind of curl up underneath my desk and just be like, shh. But I'm trying really hard. I'm trying really hard. So hopefully it's not coming through that I'm hurting. Like I can't see out of my left eye right now. Like it really hurts. We ready? Negative exponents. Flip them and make them positive. What does that mean? Well, if I have x to the negative 3, what I want you to do is, if you have a negative exponent, not a negative number, a negative what? Exponent, make it a fraction immediately. X to the negative 3 divided by what? What can we always divide something by? 1. Okay. Flip them and make it positive. This x to the negative 3 is going to go to the denominator and become what? X to the positive 3. Well, what goes in the numerator? What number?
1.
Let's try another one. What if we have something like this? Y to the negative 3rd divided by y to the negative 8th. Ooh! Like I'm trying to make it exciting, guys. It's still math. Trying. Okay? Y to the negative 3rd divided by y to the negative 8th. Is it already a fraction?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Phew. We don't have to make it a fraction. Are there negative exponents?
Yes.
Okay. So, y to the negative 3rd is in the numerator. If it's in the top, where does it have to go? To the bottom and become? Positive. Y to the positive 3. Is there another negative exponent?
Yes.
What is it?
Negative.
Y to the negative 8. In a different color. So what has to happen with that? It's got to go where?
To the top.
And become?
Positive.
That's how you do negative exponents. Now, is there another step that we would do there? Yes. We'd use this rule, the quotient rule, to get y to the 5th. Why? We would subtract 8 minus 3. What questions do we have there? Anything. Okay, everybody open your books to page 21. Everybody open your book to page 21.
My book's in Olivia's locker.
Okay?
I forgot to get it. I don't know her code though.
Okay? I'm not going to help you right now, but
Okay.
in a minute. Okay, so let's take a look at number 17 and let's read directions. So the directions say, simplify each expression, express answers in exponential form. So open to page 21. Okay, so everybody should have a book. Okay.
She doesn't. I need to. Can I go get it for her?
No, not right now. Slide your desk close. You can kind of just peek. So here's the first question. Okay, so the first question says, for number 17, negative 12 to the third power, parenthesis, negative 12 to the second power. And listen to the directions again. Simplify each expression, express answers in exponential form. Does it say evaluate? Did you hear the word evaluate at all?
No.
No. So we're not just plugging it into the calculator and getting a big answer. We are using these to get something like this. So when I look at this, do we have the same bases?
Yes.
Okay, I see some nods. Olivia, can I call on you?
Yeah.
What's the base?
12.
What kind of 12?
Negative.
So we have a negative 12 and a negative 12, which means my base is going to be negative 12. When we have parentheses like this, it means multiplication. So we're multiplying like bases. What do we do when we multiply like bases with the exponents?
Cancel.
No. Look at your notes. We just did this. This was the second thing that I talked about. So we had one when we had two. This is called the product property. When we're multiplying like bases, we do what with the exponents?
We add them.
Add them. So what's 3 plus 2?
5.
That's number 17. Is that hard? Now,
Wait, how come it's a negative, not positive?
because we're not multiplying the negative times the negative right now, we keep the base. We're always keeping the base. What was the base?
12. Negative.
Negative 12, so we keep the base. Okay, you have to keep the base. Everybody with me? Okay, so we're working on these right now. We're going to do 2 at a time. So we're going to do number 18 and number 19 right now. I will give you 2 minutes to do these two. And if you finish them, we're going all the way up to 28. But there's the 2 problems right there. Okay? So we've got about 12 minutes. Your homework tonight is to watch the next video. And if you want to practice these, that would be a good idea, and I'll tell you which ones if we don't get through all of them.
So we don't have any problems tonight?
Correct.
Okay.
You have to watch a video and take notes.
How do you do it when it's division?
So, still up there? We have to rewrite. And then are we adding or subtracting?
Subtracting.
Okay, here we go. So, most of you were doing wonderfully. This is what I saw. I saw a lot of you put in the base, which is great. But you need to remember, everything has an exponent. This one has a 1, so the base stays. And we have to do what with the exponents? Add them, so we get 3 to the 4th. And then I saw so many great work here. Y'all were doing this. You were rewriting 8 to the 7th, 8 to the 3rd. Fraction, where's the larger 8? Numerator or denominator? When we divide, we subtract. What's 7 minus the 3?
4.
4, so I have 8 to the 4th divided by 1, which is just 8 to the 4th. What questions do we have on those two? Anybody? Okay, so that was 18 and 19. Let's try 20 and 21. Okay, I will erase and we'll do 20 and 21. Okay, so you might have to look on somebody's book, but we're doing 20 and 21. So let's do 20, 21, and 22, because these will be pretty quick. We're doing these three. So we have a power to a power in both 20 and 21. We have a power to a power in 20 and 21. 22 looks like we're multiplying like bases. We need to give these a try. And you have examples in your book. If you flip it backwards, you can kind of see the three properties that we've got. But use your notes, y'all. We just took notes. You might need some of them for this. Okay. I know some of you are like, wow, that was quick, Mr. H. You're going to get so good at these before we're done. This is the power property. When we have a power raised to a power, we multiply. What's negative 3 times 5? So this gives me 8 to the negative 15th. If you left it like that, am I going to mark it wrong? No, but that's not correct. We don't want negative exponents. When we have a negative exponent, we make it a fraction. Where does this 8 to the negative 15 need to go? To the denominator and become positive. Both of those are correct, but this one's more correct. Okay? So this one, we're taking the 0 and multiplying it to what? which is what?
11.
Oh, so not to the 3, to the 11. So that gives me 3 to the 0 power. If you left it like that, would that be okay? Absolutely, because it didn't say evaluate. But what is 3 to the 0 power? What's anything to the 0 power? 1. Do we have like bases here?
Yeah.
They're both 12. So we keep the base. We add the exponents. 2 plus a negative 7 is negative 5. Would that be all right? Yes, but we don't want negative exponents. So we make it a fraction. This whole thing goes to the denominator and becomes positive. What questions do we have there? Okay, we've got time for just a couple more. I'm not telling you it's homework, but anything in this little block, 17 through 28, are good practice. So we're going to get hopefully through 25, which only leaves 3 of them. So let's do 23, which should be a nice quick one, which is 10 to the 10th raised to the 5th. 24, a little bit trickier, 4 to the 16th divided by 4 to the negative 2, definitely a little trickier. And 25, not tricky at all. 10 to the 12th multiplied by 10 to the negative 3. So we have seen every type of problem that we can imagine with our exponents right now. Okay, here we go. I know that wasn't a lot of time, but we're running out of time in class. Power to a power, we take the powers and multiply. I'm taking the 5 and I multiply to the 10. 10 times 5 is 50. This one I rewrite. 4 to the 16th divided by 4 to the negative 2. The quotient rule says we subtract. You don't have to do anything. You can subtract right now. Where's the bigger 4? In the numerator or denominator? Get your calculator. 16 minus a negative 2. What is 16 minus a negative 2?
18.
Oh, so it's 4 to the 18th divided by 1, which is 4 to the 18th. Last but not least, do we have like bases? Whoa! Do we have like bases? Yes. The base is 10. When we're multiplying like bases, we keep the base. And what do we do with the exponents? When we're multiplying, we add them. 12 plus a negative 3 is 9. What questions do you have? So I would try 26, 27, and 28. Okay, I would try them. Please come see me for help. You have a quiz next Tuesday. That's a lot of time to go, ooh, I don't know how to do this. Or, yeah, I feel really good. Everybody with me? Okay.